Alright, so these are the things needed to make good popcorn. A nice pot on the big burner with one of these screeny things. A long, smaller size spatula thingy. This is nutritional yeast. This is my sunflower oil, some salt, some organic popcorn, mortar and pestle, very important, and a big bag. Oh, I forgot one thing. A bowl. I got various other things happening over here. Here's my doll, and I'm gonna make some hummus, and I'm trying to make sprouts over here. Okay, so let me put these things together. I wanted to show about how much oil I put in. I pour it in so that the whole bottom is covered nice. About it. Something like that. Okay, then we put this on 4. Okay. So let's set this up here so we can watch this happen. It's quite a project, something I love to do. Okay, I got the oil heating. Looks like it needs a little more. It's still spreading. Maybe not. That looks good. Okay, put our oil away. Then popcorns. Oh, this I do about as deep as the popcorn, or about as deep as the oil is. So sometimes if you put in too much oil, you can sometimes get 2 or 3 layers of popcorn kernels along the bottom. Okay. So, you got that going. They all look pretty oiled up nicely. You want to make sure they're all in the oil pretty evenly. It looks good. Alright. So we'll put this on here. It's on 4. And we'll put this over here because sometimes it actually squirts out. Alright, now the salt. This is the most important part I found to make really good popcorn. First, or at least the first thing I found, was to use a mortar and pestle for your salt. Even if you don't use this fancy organic, what is it? Sea salt with real minerals in it. Even if you use Morton or whatever other kind of salt, you would want to do this because you want powdered salt, not like salt in a shaker, which are more or less crystals. Alright, that's pretty good. And you take your nutritional yeast. That goes here. I usually do this thing about full. And beat that down. Mix it with the salt. I've added other things here, other different powders for spices in the past. But this is pretty much my favorite. I've added cayenne. What else? I guess all I've added is cayenne. In the past there was some kind of weird seasoning I would put in to this. I can't think of it. Too many decades of making popcorns. Finally getting around to a little video of it. Okay, that is pretty well powdered. Okay, put that away, and we should have some popping soon. After there's about a layer of popcorn in there, I usually take this off. You want as much air to escape as possible. And I usually reach in about this time just to get it going. Hot spots. Now, I used to do this when there were dogs living in this house. They love this time of day. You usually go until you can hear, or you cannot hear anymore popping. That's my signal to get it off. Otherwise the heat stays the same temperature. I don't hear it anymore, so we're off. Put the rest in there, put that down. Then the rest of this yeast, a little bit there. No more. Oh yeah. Best popcorn ever. Chum, 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 chum. All right, back to business here. So we got made a mess. Well, kind of made a mess. Get these Carefully out of there. Then I take this out and wipe out this, and then the sink, the little black hulls, burnt hulls, and that kind of thing. And your pot is still nice and hot, ready to go. If you're careful with your little piece of paper between your fingers, turn that back on to 4. Oil again. Yep. Popcorns. Whoops, what was that? Dropping popcorn on the floor. Okay. I put quite a lot in this time. We're going to have to add oil. It's going to be a longer duration. More bowls are going to have to get pulled out. Okay. So, then, I'll get my second bag. Here it is. I like paper shopping bags. I put 2 together and then roll the top of it back a little. It makes a perfect receptacle for the hot corns. Okay. A little bit more sustenance back here. Salt. Good. Do the salt first when you've got, good salt like this. You can see the grains in there. Minerals, I mean, little rocks. And grind those up into powder. Rocks, salts, minerals. Even if you don't use yeast, do this with the salt. It sticks to the corns when they're hot and oily, and it makes it so much better when each bite has a nice coating of salt. And other yummies like yeast.